Uninvited. On TikTok, a creator who goes by Lala Love For You posted a video that seems pretty ordinary at first. She's just lying in bed, trying to relax. She explained that she had recently moved into a new apartment in Houston, Texas, and hadn't even finished unpacking yet, which is why the room looked a little cluttered. But what grabbed her attention wasn't the mess. It was the door directly in front of her. Just minutes before she started recording, she swears it opened on its own. Feeling unsettled but curious, she grabbed her phone to capture what might happen next. And sure enough, it happened again.
There you go. Looky. I'm in my bed. And there she goes. So I'm going to have to end up putting a towel in it, or she's going to keep opening it up all night. But I'm in my bed, as you can see. It's opened up again by itself.
As the camera keeps rolling, the door slowly swings open once more, all by itself. What stands out isn't just the movement of the door, but Lala's reaction. She doesn't scream or freak out. Instead, she looks more frustrated than frightened, almost like this strange occurrence has been bothering her for a while. Some people watching suggested simple explanations like airflow, a draft, or loose hinges, but others point out how quickly it happened right after she started filming, which feels a little too coincidental. Since posting the clip back in June, Lala hasn't given any updates, leaving everyone to wonder, did the strange activity ever continue? Or was it just a one-off moment? Either way, it's the kind of video that makes you pause the next time your own door creaks open in the middle of the night. The park ghost. Late one night, inside a quiet public park, a security guard sat alone watching the CCTV screens. At first, everything seemed completely normal. Just empty walkways and trees, swaying gently in the dark. But then, something unusual flickered onto one of the monitors. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a faint shadow drifting through the night. But as it moved closer, the guard quickly realized this wasn't just some random late-night visitor. On the screen, a tall, ghostly figure dressed head to toe in white appeared, slowly making its way down the path. Its face was nearly impossible to make out, except for two glowing eyes staring directly into the camera. The way it moved didn't look human at all. Instead of walking, it seemed to glide across the ground. Even stranger, its body looked distorted, its arms hanging far too long, and its head bent at an unnatural, chilling angle. Silent warning. This unsettling clip comes from a family's home security camera, recorded while they were away on a trip. The video begins in their living room, dimly lit by the soft glow of electronics in the dark. At first, everything looks completely normal, quiet, still, and undisturbed. But that calm doesn't last for long. Out of nowhere, the living room door begins to slowly creak open all by itself. The camera catches it, swinging wider and wider until it's standing fully open. Then, nothing. The room stays silent, empty, but that open door hangs there, like an eerie warning of something we can't quite see. Unseen. When the family first moved into their new home, it didn't take long for strange events to disturb their peace. Just days after settling in, the parents had an experience so chilling, it would stay with them for a long time. One evening, they heard the sound of their baby crying from the crib and rushed to her room. To their relief, she was perfectly fine. But what the security camera captured in that same moment was far from ordinary. On the footage, the chair and footrest in the nursery can be seen swaying back and forth, despite no one being anywhere near them. Some believe such activity could mean a protective spirit was watching over the child. But others wonder, was it really protection, or a warning that something far darker had already made itself at home? Unidentified. For years, a strange UFO video has been circulating online, passed around with countless claims about where it came from. Many people insist it was filmed in Uruguay back in 1994, but when you really look at it, the details don't add up. The buildings, the streets, even the overall atmosphere don't resemble Uruguay at all. Instead, the setting looks much more like Eastern Europe, possibly even the Balkans. As time went on, the video kept being relocated by rumor. Some said Argentina, others swore it was Russia, Bulgaria, or even Azerbaijan. The truth is, no one has ever been able to pin it down with certainty. What is known, though, is that some of the earliest online uploads, dating back to 2011 and 2013, carried a Russian title. That detail points toward the city of Mingachevir in Azerbaijan as the possible location where it was filmed. The footage itself is unsettling to watch. For nearly 35 seconds, a massive flying saucer looms silently over the city, hovering completely still. It dominates the frame with a scale that feels both unreal and terrifyingly believable. Viewers are divided. Some argue this might be one of the strongest pieces of UFO evidence ever caught on camera, especially if it really does date back to the early 90s, a time before advanced CGI was available to the public. But skeptics say the opposite. To them, the UFO looks too perfect, almost like it was superimposed over a frozen image of the city. Even back then, simple editing tricks could pull off something like this. If it's genuine, this video could stand as one of the most important UFO sightings in history, not only for what it shows, but because it comes from a time when clear footage was incredibly rare. And if it's not, then it's still one of the most convincing hoaxes ever made, powerful enough to keep people debating it for more than a decade the whole way. After experiencing a series of strange, unexplainable events in his home, a man finally decides to set up a camera, hoping to catch whatever's been happening. At first it seems simple enough, objects falling out of the cabinets on their own. But that's only the start. The real terror begins when the footage shifts toward the hallway. Suddenly, a chair slides across the floor, as if unseen hands are pushing it. The lights begin to flicker violently, casting long, unsettling shadows that dance across the walls. It raises the question, was his home truly haunted, or was something far more sinister hiding in the dark, just out of sight? haunted. Take a look at this eerie video posted by a user called ETFW_. It looks like they may have actually caught a ghost on camera. The clip was filmed during a night at a bed and breakfast, already known for its haunted reputation. And judging by what happens here, those chilling stories might not just be rumors. Let's go through what unfolded during that unsettling stay.
Ricky, you alright? Rick. Rick. Ricky, you alright? Rick.
Sometimes it isn't the big dramatic moments that scare you most. It's the small ones. In the middle of the night, an object suddenly falls from the table, with no one anywhere near it. The crash is loud enough to wake the owner, who instantly sits up, eyes wide, frozen in shock, as he stares toward the noise, the room. Late one night, inside the quiet of her home, a woman picks up her camera to document something strange she's been living with. For days, she's been hearing odd noises coming from a room down the hallway, soft but clear enough to unsettle her. Determined to find out what's happening, she grips her camera tightly and slowly makes her way toward the sound, every step filled with tension. As she nears the room, the temperature suddenly drops, and before she can react, the door slams shut on its own, throwing her into complete darkness. Her pulse quickens as she fumbles for the switch, the only light coming from her shaky camera. When she finally clicks the lights on, the room appears empty, no intruder, nothing out of place. But then, without warning, a hanger on the rack jerks violently in her direction, as if yanked by invisible hands. The moment is caught on film, and the terror on her face says it all. If this gave you chills, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more terrifying encounters.